and we have reached the end of April. We have time for one more Skagit Valley Tulip Festival update, and joining us for that is David Johnson, the sponsorship coordinator for the Tulip Festival. David, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm going to take a deep breath and maybe just relax a bit tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a busy month for the Tulip Festival.
April 1st through 30th, this thing kicks off, and it has been busy the entire time. I'll be honest with you, Glenn, we thought with the weather that wasn't as good as it has been, or as could have been, I guess, would be a better way of saying it, we'd see a drop down, but we have not. We were busy 30 days, and we're going to be busy today, and people are calling saying, if I come this weekend, what will I see? And the answer is the Green Stem Festival, not the Tulip Festival, because the tulips are gone.
Well, can you go over some of the highlights of this year's Tulip Festival with us?
I'd be happy to. One, we were busy almost every day, which was exciting for us. And I know it's 2 for Tuesday, so I'll give you 2 demographic facts. How's
Excellent.
that?
All right.
We had visitors this year from all 50 states. And it's kind of funny. Last year we had 49. We were missing the Magnolia State. Nobody from Mississippi showed up last year. We put the map up today on April 1st. Our first visitor walked in, put a pin in Jackson, Mississippi.
Excellent.
So I think we put the word out soon enough, and I think that helped us get people from Mississippi. But all 50 states, and I counted yesterday morning, 81 countries, and I saw somebody putting a pin in someplace in Africa yesterday, so I'm going to say 82 countries.
Oh, wonderful.
And every continent, I counted about a dozen from Africa. We had a visitor from Kazakhstan, and I said, well, put a pin in your city and where you are in Kazakhstan. And she says, well, I'm sure my city's not there. It wasn't, but her region was, and there was already a pin exactly there. It turned out somebody had been there a week before.
Oh, my goodness.
Her hometown in Kazakhstan.
Ah!
So that was kind of fun. So 50 states, 81 countries, and I'll tell you this, we're pretty popular on the internet as well. We had over 250,000 visits from the United States alone in the month of April, 31,000 from Canada, and get this, the next country highest on the list, India.
India!
255 people checked out our website from India during the month of April. So we are indeed an international festival with an international reputation.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. So we had people here. People were busy the whole time. I know you're talking to Cindy not long ago about our parade, our U.S. Bank parade over in La Conner back on the 13th. And that was the day, Glenn, it was worst weather I'd seen in a long time. I got there, it was 38 degrees in the morning, and I think it cooled off once I got there. We had rain, snow, sleet, wind.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
But it was amazing. I went down to get a cup of coffee. I could not find a restaurant with room to walk in. The restaurants were absolutely packed. People were waiting for the parade. They came out for the parade. So people support this thing, and they come from all over, and they're Washingtonians. They're ready for it, and they're ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of exciting.
They pack the bumper chute. They know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. Kiwanis Salmon Barbecue this year was up about 25% over last year, even though the weather was worse, and they were open fewer days. So people know to come, which is an exciting thing. I don't know if you ever made it over there for our Kiwanis barbecue, but it's a treat. It's a lot of fun.
It is. I've been there a couple of times myself, and yeah.
One of the things we try to encourage our visitors from who are not from Western Washington to do is to go visit that, because first of all, to have that great salmon barbecue. I had a visitor come in. She says, "I'm from New Hampshire. What should I do?" And I said, well, if you're from New Hampshire, I said, you have to have salmon barbecue. Yeah, and what she did, she went up, and we like to have people go there because not only is it just a lot of fun and good food, but it's in Hillcrest Park, and you can see that we don't just grow tulips and daffodils and those types of things here, but we've got camellias and azaleas and rhododendrons. Plus, it's a great-looking building, so it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So we enjoyed that. So I think people have been responding really well to everything we've been going on to. Our last field of tulips was topped yesterday morning at 10 o'clock. Except for those at Tulip Town. Tulip Town's open today. They're going to start topping those tonight or tomorrow morning. So we had flowers the entire month.
This is the last day, the last chance for the festival to see some tulips in bloom before next year.
Exactly. At least the fields anyway.
Right.
Rudengard's Gardens will probably be open through the end of the week, but we're not promising anything after that.
Okay.
So this is pretty much it. So it's been kind of exciting. I can tell you how busy we were. On Saturday afternoon, or on Sunday afternoon, our executive director, Cindy Verge, who's a regular guest here with you as well, Glenn, lost her voice. Oh. It finally happened, so we had to put her in the back room, and you know what she ended up doing? Putting together our photo contest. We're running a photo contest for the first time this year. We are getting entries from all over the country. As a matter of fact, we got one yesterday from the United Kingdom.
Okay, what's the criteria for what is the criteria for this contest?
Sure, the photo contest, first year we're doing it, and basically you have to have taken a picture from April 1st through the 30th of the tulips or the beauty of the valley, submit it to us through info@tulipfestival.org. We pick out a bunch and put them on our website. We're going to come down with 20 finalists, and from those finalists, we're going to pick at least one and probably 3 to put in our brochure next year.
Oh, nice.
So we've been sorting those out, and we've learned a few things this year. For example, we're not going to use info@tulipfestival.org next year because it shut down Cindy's website, or Cindy's email, because so many pictures were coming in.
Oh, wow.
But it's a nice treat. We just have to keep up with it, so it's a lot of fun.
What a great response.
Oh, what's a fun response, Glenn, is that yesterday morning about 10:30, I put up on our Facebook page the Skagit Valley Tulip Festival on Facebook, that we had put up our new finals for this week. And when I went to bed last night about 10:30, we'd had 16,000 visits. That's just in, what is that, 12 hours.
Wow.
People who are looking at the festival and are looking at the pictures, and it's just a lot of fun. And then over the weekend, because she had some time on her hands because she couldn't talk, Cindy, on our homepage, which is tulipfestival.org, she put up a tribute to the kids. We had about a dozen pictures of people that taken of kids in the fields, and they're fun pictures and shows how much fun the kids have when they visit the fields.
How nice.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. I'll tell you too is that one of the highlights, I think, for me anyway, was being able to be part of the new Veterans Garden dedication at Tulip Town back on the 12th of April. You know, the devotees who run Tulip Town have always been strong supporters of veterans, and they created a new garden which is in the shape of a diamond because they think that veterans are the diamonds that keep our country great. And so the garden is in the shape of a diamond, there's an American flag there, and they have a special tulip, which they call Veterans Valor, and that was unveiled. So it's been a lot of fun to be part of that.
Oh, wonderful.
It was a great response. They raised some money for wounded warriors, so if our guests still go to Tulip Town today, pick up a flag with the Veterans Valor on it, and all the money goes towards the Wounded Warrior Project.
Cool.
So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So the other thing I'm going to hand out, or just going to kind of bring to people's attention, is to let you know that if you called us this month, chances are you talked to one of our volunteers. We've got about 25 volunteers who put in, at last count, 431 hours so far this month, collectively. And they come in and they answer the phone. And you know how many times you can tell people how to get to the tulip field? But they do it every time with a smile on their face. And I know today and tomorrow they'll be answering the phone with the question, are the tulips still in bloom? And they're going to have to give disappointing news, and they do it with class.
Yeah. Big thanks to the volunteers, and big thanks to this year's sponsors.
Absolutely. I was just about to bring that up because I know you talked earlier about our great friends down at the Anacortes Rockfish Grill. Mm-hmm. They're just one of the many great sponsors that comes here from the Anacortes area. The Swinomish Casino is always a good supporter for us, and there's lots of businesses, small and large. You know, what's fun for me, Glenn, is as a sponsorship coordinator, is to talk to the variety of sponsors that we have here. Small enough from CPA firms all the way up to the Swinomish Casino and some of the big companies, Fred Meyer and folks like that. And it's just great because they realize that, you know, the old saying, when it rains, we all get wet. Well, we certainly know that here. But by bringing all those people in, you know, we talk about the Tulip Festival brings in thousands of people and millions of dollars. And it really does, and it rains on all of us. And then you see what a great community effort it is to put this thing on. I mean, great people like you who bring us in and let us talk about it, other folks who support us. This year we worked really closely with WashDOT. And I don't know if people noticed, but the traffic this year was a lot better than it has been in the past.
You're right.
And it's because a couple of things have happened. We've changed some of the way we sign things. We're working with WashDOT, and they came up with the Washington Department of Transportation, and they've helped us out with some of the coordination of the traffic signals through Mount Vernon, some of the signage that's up on the freeway. Our friends at Skagitonians to Reserve Farmland let us take over their information line, which is, I think it's radio station 1380 or something. You can hear it for about 5 miles on I-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually tells you what's in bloom and that kind of thing. For the whole month of April, they let us put up traffic information.
Oh, neat.
So we've gotten people going off at different exits, different entrances, and it's just worked out an awful lot better. So I hope the people in Skagit County realize that we still have lots and lots of visitors, but the traffic just wasn't as bad. So that's good news.
I think that's fantastic.
But the other thing to remember is every one of those cars has a wallet in it.
Very true, very true. So now that the festival is coming to a close, I'm sure as the festival is a year-long planning process, anything in the works right now for next year's festival?
Well, I've already picked our poster artist. He or she, I can't reveal who that is already at work designing our poster. And if people are interested in being part of our poster competition for 2015, they should contact us before August 1st, because once August 1st rolls around, we start looking at the 2015 poster and that type of thing. Wow. So the planning we're doing for 2014 right now, Glenn, is going back and seeing what did we do right, what did we do wrong, what is it we can do more of, what is it we should be doing less of. You know, for example, the photo contest is clearly a great example of something that we thought we'd try and see if it worked. It's a hit. Yeah. So we'll be bringing that back next year, and hopefully we'll be looking for a corporate sponsor. So if one of your listeners wants to get connected with that, have them give us a call at 360-428-5959, and we'll be glad to talk to them about that. One of the projects we tried that didn't go so well was we were doing a thing called 30 Days of Prizes. This was our 30th festival. We wanted to single out one of our sponsors each day. It went out pretty well, but it didn't go as well as we want, so we probably won't repeat that. But we're looking at those types of things, and you know, our brochure this year, I think I mentioned when I was here last time, we distribute our brochure now from Tacoma up into Greater Vancouver. Right. And what's exciting about that is we're getting a lot broader coverage, and people really like it. We also mail out about 3,000 or 4,000 all over the world. It's one of the things I now know. It costs $1.10 to mail it to Canada or UK or Mexico. Japan's a little more. So we learn these types of things.
Right.
But we ran out this year, so maybe we need to do some more because we're so popular. So those are the things we're looking at in planning for next year.
Excellent. Well, David, thanks for coming in and bringing us full circle here for the month of April and the Skagit Valley Tulip Festival.
Well, it's always a lot of fun. Remember, when you drive by those fields, you see those green stems. You know, those bulbs are growing in the ground. A lot of people think we just plow them under, and the answer is no. The agricultural product is that bulb in the ground. Rule of thumb, just for your listeners might be interested to know, rule of thumb, there's about between 10 and 12 bulbs in a foot of each of those fields. So when you see one of those fields that's half a mile long, you know, there's 5,280 feet in a mile. So think of half of that is half of that. At 10 per, you're talking an awful lot of bulbs.
Yeah.
So they're growing big and strong in there. The Skagit Valley tulips are some of the best in the country, and indeed the best in the world. And that's what's happening now. They'll harvest them in the summer, buy them in the fall, plant them by October, and you can be part of the festival in your own backyard next year.
Excellent. David, thanks again for coming in.
Glenn, thanks so much for having us, and thanks for the whale for all the great support you give us.